Men chase, women withdraw. That pattern has been around forever. But in the modern dating world, something changed. Women have more options, more attention, and more access to men than ever before. And that means one thing. If a woman doesn't feel your absence, she never values your presence. Most men do the same thing when they feel a woman pulling away. They text more, call more, try to prove their worth, ask questions, or try to convince her to see the good in them. That never creates attraction. It kills it. A woman only misses a man she feels she's losing, not a man who is always available. She needs contrast. Comfort makes her comfortable, but distance makes her curious. Once a woman starts wondering where your attention went, she starts feeling something she can't ignore. Desire. That is the psychological trigger that separates the men women forget from the men they chase. So, if she seems uninterested, silent, or cold, this video is not about fighting for her attention. It's about something much stronger, letting her feel the vacuum you leave behind. You don't force a woman to miss you. You position yourself in a way that her mind goes back to you naturally. That's the strategy men rarely understand. You need to know this. Women don't miss effort. They miss energy. They miss mystery. They miss confidence. They miss the man who didn't beg for a chance. They miss the man who wasn't afraid to walk away. A woman's attraction grows when she feels you slipping out of her reality. When she knows she can reach you but can't predict you, she starts valuing your presence. Every time you try to convince a woman to come back, you make her feel like she's more valuable than you. When you allow her to notice your absence without bitterness, anger, or emotional panic, she starts to wonder why you're not chasing her. That's when the balance shifts. The goal isn't to manipulate, argue, or guilt trip her. You're not playing emotional games. You're reclaiming your value. A man who knows his worth doesn't need permission to stop trying. He doesn't need a woman to validate him, and that is exactly the type of man a woman ends up missing. In this video, you will learn the 7 modern strategies that make a woman think about you long after you go silent, even if she wasn't interested at first, even if she thought she had better options. Because confidence leaves an imprint. Silence creates curiosity. Distance builds value. And when a woman realizes what she lost, she comes back different. 1. Silence speaks louder than chasing men. Think silence is weakness. Women know silence is power. When a woman pulls away, every insecure voice in your head tells you to fix it. Explain yourself, ask what went wrong, check her social media, or prove you care. That reaction is emotional instinct, not strategy. Silence flips the entire situation. When you go quiet, you show strength, not fear. You show control, not panic. And that is the moment she starts feeling something she didn't expect. Pressure. Women are used to attention. They are used to men trying to win them over, earn another chance, or keep the connection alive. When you don't feed that pattern, she starts questioning herself instead of questioning you. Women don't miss men who are always available. They miss the men who suddenly stop giving them emotional access. Silence works because it creates psychological space. When you stop calling, texting, or reacting, you remove her comfort. The attention she was used to is gone, and no matter how uninterested she seemed before, the brain reacts the same way. Loss feels louder than presence. She may not have cared while you were trying, but she notices when the effort disappears. The important part is this. Silence only works when you stay calm. If you go quiet and then break down with a long, emotional message later, the effect disappears. Silence is powerful because it shows confidence. No negativity, no complaining, no guilt, just peace. That's what confuses her. That's what gets her thinking. And here's where most men mess up. They use silence as a trick. They wait 3 days, then text her again, hoping she suddenly wants them. That is not real silence. That is waiting for permission to chase again. Real silence means you stop trying and focus back on your life. You don't watch the clock. You don't measure her reaction. You let time work for you. During silence, you must stay composed. Do not watch her stories. Do not like her posts. Do not ask mutual friends about her. Let her feel that you're gone, The stronger your silence, the heavier your presence becomes in her mind. Eventually, she will ask herself questions she didn't ask before. Did I misjudge him? Why didn't he try harder? Is he talking to someone else? Why do I care? When a woman starts questioning herself, the power shifts. Your silence becomes the conversation in her head. And once curiosity turns into concern, she begins to miss what she thought she didn't need. She may test you with a small message, a like, a story view, a random reaction. Stay calm. Stay composed. Silence made her wonder. Don't ruin it by proving she still has control. Silence is not weakness. It's a message. You're not chasing anyone who isn't choosing you. And that is when she feels your absence the most. 2. Pull back instead of holding on. When a woman shows less interest, most men react by holding on tighter. They try to fix things, prove loyalty, or ask for more time. That pressure makes her feel trapped, not attracted. Pulling back is the opposite. It gives her freedom, and freedom makes her think. She expects you to fight for her attention. When you don't, she feels the shift. Pulling back is simple. Match her. Energy. If she stops texting, reduce your effort. If she becomes distant, you don't chase. If she starts acting like you're optional, you stop treating her like a priority. This isn't revenge, anger, or hidden manipulation. It's balance. A woman can't miss a man who keeps forcing himself into her life. She only misses the man who steps away with confidence. When you pull back, you stop feeding her ego. If she thought you'd keep trying forever, your distance breaks the pattern. She starts to realize your attention wasn't permanent. Women take consistent effort for granted until it's gone. That's when she looks around and notices no one else gives her what you did. Maybe other men want her, but not with your energy, your presence, or your confidence. Pulling back also shows one of the strongest traits a man can have: emotional control. Most men lose their composure when they feel rejected. They get emotional, impulsive, and reactive. You don't. You step back and let the situation breathe. When a woman sees a man stay calm under pressure, it changes the way she sees him. She may not admit it out loud, but it affects her. While you pull back, your life continues. You don't wait around for her messages. You don't sit hoping she remembers you. You fill your time, improve your life, stay active, stay busy. That's the part that makes her curious. She expects you to sit in silence, missing her. Instead, you become unpredictable. That unpredictability makes her think. Sooner or later, she will try to re-engage. Women test distance. They send small signals, a random emoji, a short message, a casual check-in. That's not affection. That's curiosity. Don't rush in. Don't reward minimal effort. Let her come forward. If she wants access again, she needs to earn it. And if she doesn't reach out, you didn't lose anything. You saved your dignity. You protected your self-respect. A man never loses when he walks away from someone who wasn't choosing him. But here's the twist. That's usually the moment she comes back. The moment you stop needing her is the moment she starts noticing you again. Pull back not to play games, but to remind yourself that you are not chasing someone who doesn't value you. When she feels your absence, she realizes you weren't just another man. You were a choice she could lose. That's when missing you becomes real. 3. Become hard to replace. A woman only misses a man when she realizes that finding another version of him isn't easy. If you act like every other man she meets, overly available, predictable, impressed too easily, there is nothing for her to miss. Women don't chase common, they chase unforgettable. So the question is, what makes a man hard to replace? Start with your standards. A man with standards stands out. Most men will accept any treatment just to keep a woman around. They ignore disrespect, excuses, or mixed signals because they're scared to lose her. A man who knows his value doesn't tolerate disrespect. He doesn't entertain inconsistency. He doesn't beg for communication. When a woman realizes she can't treat you any kind of way, she sees you differently. Respect is the foundation of attraction. Next is ambition. You don't need to be rich or flashy. You just need direction. A man moving toward a goal is naturally attractive because he has a life that isn't centered on her. When a woman knows you are focused on your mission, she can't treat you like an emotional backup plan. She sees you as someone with a purpose, not someone waiting on her affection to feel complete. Another part of being irreplaceable is emotional maturity. Most men either get angry, clingy, or insecure when things get difficult. A mature man stays calm. He expresses himself when necessary, but never begs. He knows when to pull away without drama. That level of control is rare, and anything rare becomes valuable. You also become hard to replace through energy. Women remember how a man makes them feel. If you brought peace, laughter, stability, and confidence into her life, she won't forget it. Maybe she's talking to other men. Maybe she thinks she has better options. But those options often come with problems: ego, attitude, laziness, jealousy, emotional chaos. When she compares, she realizes you were different. And here's the key: you don't have to prove any of this to her. You just live it. You work on yourself. You improve mentally, financially, socially, physically. You build a life that makes you proud. When a woman sees you growing without her, it hits harder than any message you could send. Men think missing comes from silence alone. Silence starts it, but self-improvement makes it permanent. If you become better while she expected you to fade away, her mind goes back to you. She starts questioning her choices. She starts wondering if she walked away from the right man. That's when she feels the loss. When you are the type of man who carries confidence, purpose, standards, and peace, she can search the world and still struggle to replace you. That's when missing you becomes inevitable. 4. Give her space to feel your absence. Most men try to stay present in a woman's life even after she loses interest. They keep texting, reacting to her stories, liking her photos, or sending just checking-in messages. They think staying visible keeps them relevant. It does the opposite. When you stay in her face, she never gets the chance to feel you gone. A woman can only miss what she doesn't have access to. Giving her space is not ignoring her with bitterness or attitude. It's stepping back so her emotions can catch up. You remove yourself from her world. No random messages, no watching her online, no liking her pictures, no trying to stay on her mind. Space is uncomfortable because it forces her to confront a quiet reality. You're not there anymore. Women are emotional creatures, but their emotions need time to build. If you keep reaching out, she doesn't need to think. She doesn't need to reflect on what she lost. She doesn't need to question anything. But when you disappear from her daily life, her mind fills that silence with memories, curiosity, confusion, and eventually regret. When you give her space, something interesting happens inside her psychology. At first, she feels relief. She thinks she has control. She assumes you'll come back whenever she wants, but time changes everything. When the attention stops, her ego starts shrinking. She used to know where you were, how you felt, or what you were doing. Now she knows nothing. That uncertainty makes her uncomfortable. She starts wondering, why did he stop trying? Did he lose interest? Is he talking to someone else? Did I matter to him at all? Women hate losing emotional influence over a man. When you step back with maturity, not anger, not resentment, just calm distance, she realizes you weren't dependent. You were choosing her, and choices can change. Giving her space also protects your dignity. It keeps you from saying things you'll regret, from acting desperate, or from pushing her away even further. Silence and space are smarter than emotional reactions. They give you leverage. They show strength. During that space, you must stay grounded. Don't wait for her. Don't stare at your phone. Don't stalk her social media. Fill your days. Improve your life. Become someone stronger than the version she walked away from. The man she remembers should not be as powerful as the man she sees if she ever comes back. And if she reaches out, and she often will, don't rush. Don't jump with excitement. Keep it calm. Let her feel that the dynamic changed. You're not the man waiting for her anymore. Space makes her compare her life with and without you. If her life feels less peaceful, less exciting, less fun without your presence, she'll feel it. Even if she was never fully interested, the human mind misses what brought comfort, confidence, and consistency. Let her feel the empty space you once filled. Only then can she truly miss you. 5. Stop acting like she's the prize. A woman will never miss a man she believes is beneath her. When you treat her like she's the prize and you're lucky to have her attention, she feels no urgency, no curiosity, and no fear of losing you. The modern dating world rewards confidence, not worship. If a woman feels like you're competing for her approval, her attraction drops instantly. To make a woman miss you, she needs to see you as valuable. Not because you said it, not because you begged for validation, but because you carry yourself like a man who knows his worth. When a woman senses that you respect yourself, her attitude changes. She listens differently. She watches your behavior. She pays attention to the way you respond to distance men who act like she's the prize over give, over explain, and over pursue. They put her on a pedestal because they think effort equals love. Women don't value a man they can easily control. They value the one who has standards. When you stop acting like she's rare and start treating yourself like you're valuable, the entire dynamic shifts. This doesn't mean you disrespect her or act arrogant. It means you carry a mindset. I choose you because I want you, not because I can't live without you. That confidence is magnetic. Women are drawn to men who don't need their approval to feel important. So, how do you communicate that you're the prize without saying a word? You respond without urgency. You don't rearrange your life for last-minute plans. You don't chase after short replies. You don't beg for her time. These actions show strength. They show you're not dependent. A woman who knows you can walk away respects you more than a man who sticks around no matter how little she gives. Another part of being the prize is having a life outside of her. If she sees you focused on your goals, improving yourself, socializing, building something real, she knows you're a man with purpose. Purpose makes you rare. Most men make a woman their whole world. You make her a part of yours, never the center. And here's the reality that stinks. A woman only feels your value when she realizes you're perfectly fine without her. Not angry, not bitter, not broken, just focused and moving forward. When she sees that, she feels something most men never make her feel. Challenge women. Miss men they can't fully predict. Men who don't fall apart when things go wrong. Men who don't beg for attention. Men who have self-control and direction. Stop treating her like she's the prize. Treat yourself like one. When she understands that you're not just another man looking for attention, but a man she could lose, missing you becomes automatic. 6. Live a life she can't ignore. A woman won't miss a man whose life stops when she walks away. If all you do is wait for her messages, check her posts, and replay conversations in your head, she feels no urgency. But when she sees you living, improving, and enjoying your life, something changes inside her. Curiosity, confusion, jealousy, regret. Those emotions appear when a man moves forward without hesitation. Living a life she can't ignore doesn't mean trying to make her jealous or showing off online. Genuine growth hits harder than performance. If you start going to the gym, socializing, traveling, building a business, learning new skills, and becoming more confident, she notices even if she doesn't say a word. Women watch silently. They track progress without revealing anything. When she sees your lifestyle becoming richer without her, her mind goes back to when she was part of it. The truth is simple. Men who evolve are hard to forget. Most guys fall apart after rejection. They lose motivation, stay home, complain, or hope she changes her mind. You're different. You rise. You become someone stronger than the man she left. Women remember men who transform, especially when she expected you to stay broken. Your life should display 3 things. Momentum. You're moving forward, not stuck in the past. Confidence. You still laugh, live, and enjoy your world. Purpose. You're chasing goals bigger than a relationship. When a woman realizes you don't need her to be happy, she starts questioning her decision. She remembers your conversations, your presence, your energy. She thinks about what changed. She wonders who influenced your growth. She wonders if someone new is motivating you. These thoughts create emotional pressure, and pressure brings her curiosity back to you. Success makes a man attractive not because of status or money, but because it proves discipline and ambition. A woman can forget a man who had nothing going on, but she won't forget the man who became better after she left. That image burns into her mind. And here's something important. Do not broadcast your life for her attention. Don't post things just to make her react. When you live genuinely and confidently, people feel it. You don't have to be loud. Real growth makes noise on its own. Women talk to friends. They watch silently. They compare their new choices with their old ones. When other men disappoint her, she remembers how different you were. When she sees you doing well, the first thought that crosses her mind is simple. Maybe I should have held on to him. Living a life she can't ignore makes you unforgettable. You become the man she thinks about late at night. Even if she didn't want you before, your growth makes her reconsider. That's when missing you turns into attraction all over again. 7. Don't give her emotional guarantees. Most women never miss a man because they feel certain he'll always be there. The reason she feels comfortable walking away is simple. She assumes you'll wait. She assumes you'll respond. She assumes you'll try again. As long as a woman feels guaranteed emotional access to you, she has no urgency to return. The moment that guarantee disappears, her mind starts racing. Men lose their power when they make promises they cannot emotionally afford. I'm always here for you. I'll wait as long as it takes. Just tell me what I did wrong. I'll fix it. These statements feel romantic to men, but to women, they feel predictable. Absolute certainty kills attraction. When a woman knows exactly how you'll react, she feels no curiosity. When she knows, you'll always choose her. She stops valuing the choice. You don't need to threaten her, guilt her, or play games. You just stop offering emotional safety to someone who isn't offering you the same. Instead of saying, I'll always be here, you let your silence say, I won't wait forever. Instead of telling her you miss her, you let her wonder why you stopped showing it. Instead of trying to prove how much you care, you live like a man who expects effort in return. Women fear losing emotional influence more than losing a relationship. When you remove that influence, she starts thinking differently. She replays conversations. She checks your page. She asks mutual friends. She wonders if you moved on. She questions whether she ever had as much power over you as she believed. The strongest move you can make is creating uncertainty, not because you're trying to manipulate her, but because you truly don't know if you even want her back. That's what makes a man valuable. You're not desperate for attention. You're not begging for connection. You're not praying for her validation. You're evaluating her just as much as she once evaluated you. If she reaches out, keep your energy calm and controlled. Don't reveal your emotions all at once. Don't tell her how much you waited or how badly you wanted her back. The moment you pour everything out too fast, her ego gets comfortable again. Let her earn emotional access. If she wants space in your life, she has to show genuine effort, not breadcrumbs. And here's the powerful truth. Even if she was never fully interested, uncertainty changes everything. When a man pulls his energy away, a woman sees him differently. She starts remembering the things she overlooked. She compares you to the men she thought were better. She realizes attention from other men doesn't feel as valuable as attention from you. When you stop giving emotional guarantees, you force her to feel something rare. Risk. The risk of losing you forever. That feeling is what makes a woman miss a man long after he stops trying. A woman doesn't miss a man who waits. She misses the man who walks away with confidence, builds his life, and lets her feel the silence. You don't force her to want you back. You show your value by becoming stronger, calmer, and harder to replace. The moment she realizes you're not chasing her is the moment she starts thinking, wondering, comparing, and remembering. Even if she wasn't interested before, space and self-respect change everything. When she returns, she'll come back different. And if she doesn't, you still win because you became a better man without her.